My life is probably the same as everybody else's up to the point to where you're just on that journey of self-discovery. My troubles in high school didn't start until my sophomore year. I was at a party and a senior ended up offering me a drink, and it was the first drink I'd ever taken, and then from there it seemed like my curiosity just spun completely out of control. I became so engulfed in trying to find myself that I didn't realize how much I had lost myself. The day that I hit rock bottom was September 14th, 2013. It was in the morning and the sun was out, but there was just nothing but shame. I remember going in the bathroom and looking in the mirror and checking myself for scars. At that time, I had no voice. I went emotionless. I didn't even know if it was okay to feel bad. I'd never experienced pain like that, and it wasn't because of my physical state, but it was because of all of those instances I remembered leading up to that point, where my morality and conscience was fighting so hard just to have a voice, wishing that I would have paid attention at least to the whispers. I was so scared of not waking up. I was scared of repeating the path that I had already been. You spend all that time being around these groups of people, and at the end of it all, you're really just trying to make a name for yourself. Well, I had a name, but it didn't stand for something. I was ready for it to stand for something. When I finally made that decision and I hit rock bottom, I had a conversation with my daughter and told her what had happened. I had told her that I had relapsed. I take that moment from when I was honest with her and how she addressed it and then moved on and then just hold it over me. That was something that I had never experienced, because adults don't do that. I believe that's where my faith started. She really wanted me to go to church, but that was at the beginning of me trying to find myself, and so I chose my career. Addictive behavior is always going to be there. If you're an addict, you're an addict, that's it. Beer was replaced with coffee, and then soul searching was replaced with work. I was averaging 275 hours a month for the last 22 months I was there. It was a dangerous move because I didn't give myself time to heal, and I lived that for about 2 years. Then my mind was done. My daughter Anya invited me to come to Pathway. I was sure that Pathway wasn't going to be for me because in my experience, anything that unexpected that shows up isn't ever good. But so I went to Starting Point. As we were going around the table, that's what I hit him. My name is Jeremiah Ortiz. I'm an alcoholic and I am in pain. Coincidentally enough, there was a lady sitting across from me who she started crying. She came up to me afterwards and told me that she had been sober for 20-some years. I didn't need somebody to smile. I needed somebody to cry and tell me how they got through it. The launch of Valley Center Pathway was an invigorating opportunity. That's when I started leaning on faith even more. They had baptized some people there at the very beginning. For me, it was big about making sure that my commitment was still gonna be able to match this promise, because I was making a promise. The ultimate decision came down to a statement I had heard from Dr. Carter. He says, in this life, you can either impact people or you can impress people. And if you impact people, then you're doing the work of God. I knew that I wanted to make an impact. I knew that there's a greater need. God says I was ready. I just listened. I used that tool in order for me to forge a movement with Christ in the hopes that those that realize that they are an addict, that they know that it's not all for nothing. There's a reason behind all of it. You take all that time leading up to 2016 and accomplish what I see is not much. And then within 3 months, I was able to find a new direction, find new hope, and then find a new way in order to go figure out who I was. I've been sober for going on 4.5 years. I was not prepared for anything that transpired since that fateful day that I woke up ready to change. I know one thing for sure that my journey has expressed, that you are to expect the unexpected.